I read the papers quite a bit, and we were looking at TV, and the meteorologists were tracking the storm pretty well, and it didn't look like this was going to be an easy storm to get away from. At first, not much of anything. It just was a storm. But I looked outside and began to see water come down the street in huge quantities. I didn't panic. I didn't really give it a second thought. But around 11 o'clock, I think the fire marshals came. They said we had to leave quickly. When we got out, we walked through water to get on the buses, and finally we got to Park Slope in the Armory there. We were a tattered group because everything was done pretty quickly. Some people came with nothing. I had a bag with me, a few things in that. I left my cell phone there. I left quite a number of things there. We were at the Armory for, I guess, maybe a month. The people were very nice. Everybody helped us. Then came word that, of course, the Armory was going to revert back to what it was, a YMCA. So we had to leave. I was under the impression we were going to go back to Bell Harbor, but we were informed that Bell Harbor wasn't ready. We were put into a hotel. Now, this hotel was not conducive for any wheelchairs, or it was in a bad part of town. We didn't have space. They had cots for us, and the cots, we were 3 in a room, and we were like sardines in a room. Then we all thought we were going to leave. And they told us that we were going to be coming here. I didn't know what here was until someone mentioned Creedmoor. I said, well, isn't that a house for people who have serious mental problems? It is. I mean, a place for it. So anyway, they told us we weren't going to be placed there. We were going to be placed, by ourselves. They told us we had, rooms and this. Well, the rooms were ice cold. We're in the dead of winter and it's cold. It's cold all the time. I don't know if anybody else ever woke up to just sheer cold. You're waking up in your room and it's cold and there's no heat in the room. We have a variety of old people. Going in their 90s, 80s, 90s. They're in bed with socks on, with gloves on. They have to sleep here like that. The things we have to tolerate here. The people yelling at night, because I'm saying we're in here with people who have other problems, and it shows itself at night. Some of them are walking all night, they can't sleep, or they don't sleep, and we have to hear the banging and the yelling and it's just not the place to be. We're just disappointed, and they've tried. Admittedly, the staff here tried. They're very nice, some of them. But it's just the place itself. It's an institution. A lot of us feel like it's an institution. We feel like we're sort of institutionalized, and it affected me enormously, Wow, it was that, those things. It shouldn't have happened to us this way. That's what I'm saying. None of that should have happened because we just were misplaced by a storm.